Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I hope you're all doing great today. And today, I will be reciting my speech with the title of Maintaining the Old Status Quo. So imagine this for a second. Having walked, encounter a bunch of kids playing their phone. So as a curious person you are, you walk up to them and ask, "Hey, do you like music?" A couple of them said yes. So you remark that one even false song you have heard before. The first thing you hear back is who is good and false. Before we start talking about that, we have to define the thing we are talking about. So, culture. What is culture? Well, according to Boston University, culture refers to human activity, symbolic structure that gives significance, importance, and activity. Or in my opinion, a concept that reflects our values, thought process, and the environment around us, which is pretty important for a community and our country. Culture can also change depending on time and technology. For example, some songs are influenced by the change of environment, like climate, seasons, and weather. And some songs are influenced with the adoption of much more better, newer musical instruments. But normally, older culture has a much more higher status in terms of culture, considering they are the predecessors to what we have today. So why are we talking about culture? Well, a problem with the passage of time is that some things can come and disappear, left forgotten. This causes older culture to start disappearing and getting replaced with much more newer, some say better, culture that is adapted and made from the innovations that we have today. This disappearance of culture can be attributed to a lack of interest, often being viewed as outdated or weird, and it being negative to the environment. So is culture disappearing? Am I being serious right now? In some cases yes, in some cases no. Sometimes the disappearance of culture can be attributed to the introduction of other culture from outside its host country. For example, Indonesia used to have a pretty good comics industry, like Yogyakarta, and then the Japanese and American comics came and took its place. This used to not be as big as a problem, considering back then, culture can only be spread via messages, books, and word of mouth. Nowadays, with the advent of the internet, anyone from any country can see anything, even if the thing is from another continent. This causes older culture to be significantly outdated and ill-adapted, which has heavy consequences to the identity of a country. So how do we stop this? Well, there are a lot of ways of doing this, some bad, some good. In my opinion, the best way of doing this is to combine both old culture and new culture. What do I mean by this? We could take the products and traditions of old culture, repackage them digitally, thus making it available to a much more wider audience, attract people who are disinterested in it, and making it better in general. The implementation of innovation inside of tradition can also help it spread to other countries. Anybody from any country can go see your culture and comment on it. The cultures of old can be described as outdated and ill-adapted, but we can use what we have today and what we know today to improve it and teach the younger generations on the identity and history of our country. So, how do we kickstart this process? Well, we can do that by improving our country's art industry, studying past histories of our country, and implementing innovation inside of culture. I hope this can be useful to anybody and change your understanding of culture. I'm Dias from Bumi, Cendekia, and thank you.